Morning, guys. How are you all? Is there anyone, by the way? Can see two who are here actually. Please let me know your name. Can see two people are watching. Please let me know your name. Write down hi, hello, something, so I'll be able to see your name. I'm going to work with a small, very small amount of people right now. Better to introduce yourself, myself, everything. Hey, hey, Puras. Thank you, brother, for being over here. Who else is over here? Okay, now it's 10 people actually. Jisan, Jisan, Jisan. Okay, Jisan from Pakistan. Okay. Hey, Porus, where are you from, brother? I'm from Pakistan. Thank you, brother, for being over here. Anyone else? Of course, I'm from Canada. Okay, you are from Canada? Cool, brother. Do you understand my English? It's disaster, by the way. Uh, who else is here? Jisan, Porus, anyone else? Can you please write down hi, hello, something like that if you're not in a trade right now? Or if you are just waiting to push the button, just waiting to push the button. If you are not in that situation, please write down hi, hello, something, whatever you want. I'm from Canada, but I belong to India. I live in Canada. Okay, then maybe you will be able to understand my English a bit. But that's cool, man. How long you have been in Canada, man? And exactly in which stray? What to say? I mean, which content? No, not content. Which uh, which part of Canada? Okay, that's cool. 4 years you have been in Canada. That's cool. Ontario. Oh man, it's like so expensive. Ontario is so expensive. If I'm not wrong, really so expensive. How do you manage over there, brother? Yeah, of course you will manage, but it's really so expensive. That's cool, man. I think it's in Canada. It's summer right now, or is it still winter? Like, what is the temperature right now over there? I'm just talking to you guys because I need to know you guys a bit. Okay, I'll talk about the price action. I have the whole time left behind of me. I'm just interested to see this market to come over here. Okay, so just sell. If any selling opportunity, just sell. I'll talk about that a bit. But before that, I really would love to talk to you guys. I don't talk to you. I just open the stream and start to talk about the price action. It's bullshit. I need to talk to you first. Hey Jamil, Butter, to the boy brother. Jaid, Jaid, what's up, Habibi? I just got 73 handle and happy because that was really what to say. I mean, very tough trade, but happy to go get that. I've already uploaded the video, so that is the trade I just took from here. Took first entry 2 micro contract there, and then added 3 micro contract to this inverse gap. Took first partial to the top of this entry gap. I was like thinking that if it inverts, then I will get stopped out. So I don't know why, but I just closed 1 micro contract and then finally closed the trade to the last fair value gap over here. So I'm really happy for getting that trade over here. Before that trade, I went for two other trades, but mistakenly the first trade was 10 micro contract. It was a losing trade. That's why like, yeah, a sell around that area for 10 micro contract. I just didn't get the opportunity to correct it. Five. Unfortunately, it was a 10 micro contract. It was a losing trade. Yeah, it was like three handle, I guess. The loss was just three handle, something like that. Here, 3 to 4 micro contracts, something like that. 3 to 4 handles, something like that. And then took this sell from here, 5 micro contract to the top area. Some partial here. One contract, just close it because it was enough run. Then closed another one here and finally got stopped out over there by trading the stop loss. I just was very sleepy around that time, so didn't hold the trade, but I wanted to see clear this sell side liquidity over here. So later, when I wake up, I just saw that, oh man, how beautifully it has taken over there. But I just got stopped out over there and then no, what it is. So this is the new Flex account, but I would love to talk about this account at first because it's blown yesterday. What happened over here? Because otherwise people will think, oh man, it was just giving excuse. And this is the area where I actually those entries. Let me show that to you. Yeah. Sometimes we actually break our control. Okay. To be honest, I don't know why, but sometimes it happens like that way. It was Nasdaq, not micro contract. It was mini contract. Yesterday in this account, I took $1,200 loss. I showed you all the execution over here to this specific account over here, 002. You can see here LTE. E means eval. LT means lucid trading. Eval. The second account. This was the 50K account. Blew it already. First took a buy for 2 micro contract and got stopped out over here. 2 micro contract. Then took another buy 2 micro contract. Add another two to the top of this gap, another two, so it was 4 micro contract. Okay, no, sorry, not micro, 4 mini contract. And this guy just stopped me out over there. Account is gone. So I have done this yesterday. So proudly, I will say, like proudly, I have done this. Good news is my portal over here. Launch the trust report. This was the Avalon at the beginning. I blew this one, and this one I blew yesterday. It was going so beautifully, so beautifully, so beautifully. Not that one. So I just bought this one yesterday again. This one. It was going so beautifully, beautifully, like here 500, 400, 300, 200, 300, something like that. Yesterday, disaster, and then disaster. Today, done. The account is gone. I don't know what happened to me. I just wanted to go with the mini contract. I was just fed up with the micro contract, the small moves. So I wanted to catch like $1,000, mitigate the loss all together, all like just one click, all my losses going to be mitigated, something like that. I was feeling like that way. I did it even after getting some profit in other accounts actually, but unfortunately this is what it is. It's blown over here, so immediately I bought another one, which is this one, Flex account. This one. And today is the first day for good. So far it's good. It's a Flex account, and I have the old account where I have some profit. Still, I need $800, something like that, to pass this account. This is the account. It happened twice in this account. I never blow my mind, so I am still alive over here. But the account I blew yesterday, I blow my mind. I went to NQ and the account is gone. So it's just simply gone. It's a lesson. Try to learn from others' mistake. If you can do that, actually, it will help you to improve yourself without hurting yourself. So my mistake was, after getting this loss, I wanted to mitigate the loss immediately by one trade from NQ chart. If I wouldn't do that, I believe that I would be able to recover that account. I believe that. Okay, I am not saying that I'm able to do that, but I'm saying I believe uh, I could recover all of my losses I have taken yesterday, but I didn't do that. Got the maximum loss in that account. Okay, that account that's blown already. Got the losing trade and then wanted to mitigate all the losses by the mini contract with 4 mini contract where one handle is equal $80. So you can feel like 10 handle move means 800 is gone, just gone. However, this account I'm almost near to pass it. I think I did another $800, something like that. And the Lucid funded, this is a 25K funded account. So far, I have made $300 last night. So just I need, let's say, I think $500 more to request the payout. I think I will try to keep this account alive until the payout, first payout, because I've spent some money for buying some accounts. So I want to just make sure that my money that I have spent to buy the accounts, it's actually I got it from the trading just because of that. Okay, I spend it for the trading. I want to take that back from the trading. That's all. I have no intention to earn money from trading. It's absolutely contradictory with my religious belief. I bought all of these accounts because of, I'm not saying something wrong about him, but the story guy on my chat, he told that he was just copying my trade, and he saw that like it's loss. Okay, it's loss, it's loss. Always he saw that after 1 month it's loss. So I bought all of these accounts, and I'm going all of these accounts all together. I'm just not going to make one account good and other account bad, not like that way. So far I have bought all of these accounts, like 5 accounts. Due to I have still three. One is very near to get the payout, and others are almost like, I think another one I'll pass it within 3 to 4 days. I hope so. I have another accounts over here, which you guys remember yesterday at the in the live I took some losses. Just 1 second, I want to show all of these things and then we'll go for this account. From the beginning, I told that as I'm doing this trading, I need a test account. I'm so sorry because I can't feel the market without like testing the water. I need a account test the water, and this account I have used to test the water. I had no intention to pass it. I had no intention to make it like payout or anything, nothing. Just to pass, I mean test the water. And this is the second account over here. I have just made some profit around 131. I'll try to trade this account actually because it has just $131. I'll try to trade this one. So far it has $800 profit, something like that. It's still a long way to go, but it is from the 15-second chart. It's a bit complicated to pass, I think, because I have to go with the small move, and the profit is gonna be very small. Okay, so I don't know that by the 30 days I'll be able to pass it or not, but I'll try to go as soon as, I mean, as close as possible by here. This is that accounts or all of these things need to be transparent so that when I will go back to paper trade again, nobody's going to complain, oh brother, you can only do the paper trade. Just buy the eval and try to test them. It's absolutely different. It's not different. I'm just using or uh, I mean utilizing the paper trade exactly like the live trade. Okay, so the way I do the live trade, I'm doing the same thing. Sorry, the way I do the paper trade, I am doing the same thing on this eval or payout or all of this area. However, this account is blown actually, unfortunately, yesterday. As I told you, if I wouldn't go like this way, I believe that I will be able to mitigate all of my losses. But yeah, human psychology, sometimes it doesn't work, and it didn't work over here. I just blow it. And that time was really absurd time because the day before yesterday, I did the same mistake. I went for the trade before 7 p.m. I did the same thing, like market open. I started to trade over here. Now you will say that, oh, you had the loss, so you were rushed to mitigate that loss. No, I was not thinking like that way. I was in front of my chart. I was feeling like it's a gum, and I'm just stuck over here in front of my chart. I was trying to go away from in front of my chart. I was not able to do that. I was just thinking, no, I have to trade. I have to trade. I was feeling like that way. Unfortunately, this is what it is happened. So that's why, and yeah, all of these accounts you can see over here. This account, I have some profit, $338. I'm not going to touch it. It's really beautiful. This is the second account that's blown, $868. It's blown already. This is the, I mean, the funded account. You can see here LTF Lucid Trading funded. So I have made $300, something like that. Not going to touch it. And this one just took the trade. You saw like area previously last night, took one losing trade. Unfortunately, it was 10 micro contract. I didn't get the time to to move it to 5 micro contracts. So it was very sudden. I took the entry and it stopped me out. Just didn't give me the opportunity to like sorry, I just pushed the button and then it just took me. Okay, limit order just took me. Didn't give me the opportunity to correct from 10 to 5 micro contract. Then took another 5 micro contract sell for 31 handle, and this sell for near about 73 handle, with including the partial, all of these things. Wanted to hold it for the sell side liquidity, but later I saw that I have to come to the live. I have to finish the what to say, I mean the what to say, like recording. I have to upload it, so I just closed it. And if you watch this video I have uploaded, you will be able to see that how beautifully this gap is actually working. I just try to show you that how it has been worked. It worked perfectly over here. This is the, I mean, candle you have to cut through. It's, you have to feel like this is not over here. It's never been over there. Okay, you have to think like that way. It is a very big explanation. I'm not able to go with this explanation right now. And then one time, two time respected. So it should be respected two time as well. One, two time. If you watch the execution video I've just uploaded, you'll be able to see that my stop loss was over here when this two time happened, and then I trailed my stop loss like below here until the two time respect. I just kept my stop loss over here so that I don't get stopped out. And then the market fall. Maybe when it came here, if I hold my trade until this area, maybe I would get stopped out by covering this area. So around here, maybe I would get stopped out around that area. But however, that was the trade to this account, which is, in my opinion, a good amount of money, $566. Uh, so I don't need to trade this account as well. I just want to trade here this account. If I find any opportunity, I'll go for this trade. If I don't find, I'm not going to force the market. It's respecting one more time to clear this all of this buy side liquidity. After clearing some sell side liquidity, engineered liquidity, went back to liquidity, another selling opportunity from here, I believe so, from there. So this gap could be a beautiful selling opportunity. Not going to take it, okay, right now, because I'm just interested to go whole session and would love to take the best setup, just the best setup. That's all. So that was like the introduction. I hope after some days nobody will ever uh, like complain about my trading when I'll be back to paper trade. I'm just saying, in my religious belief, I am not interested to trade. It's my own belief, and nobody can force me about that. Whoever would love to listen me, you can listen to me. If you don't want, just leave me alone. I have nothing to prove, okay? To be honest, I have nothing to prove. But some of you are really new and you always see that I'm trading paper, just paper trading. So you can think that, oh, okay, this guy can only trade the paper trade. So paper boomer. Just because of that, I'm trading all of these accounts. Otherwise, I had no intention. No trade last 3 weeks. Will start next month with you, inshallah. Let's see. Jaid, yeah, next month I'm going to make my setup as well. 3 monitor, PC building, as well as the electricity backup flow. So let's see. Hey, test of test of Muksa. Where you from, brother? Hey, brother. And Porash, I'm waiting for market to come to 3520. Is it a good place to short? 23520, 520. Yeah, of course, man. I mean, of course, this is really an awesome area. If you took that sell, you have done the good job because it has cleared this buy side liquidity, trade this gap here, trade this gap around this area. It would be awesome if it could tap to this water block as well. I don't know it has done it or not, but if it would be awesome if it could touch this water block as well. And then the market is going to fall. It's not going to stop over here by taking this liquidity. It is going keep going. I mean, it is keep falling. It is going to keep falling. How long? Until 288. Market has cleared the liquidity. That was the food that I'm going to cover right now. So let me close this, and oh, I don't need to do that. I can simply log out over here because I have no ID today trade. I'm gonna keep it like this way. Gonna make it full screen. Try to understand this fact at first. Is there anyone who didn't knew that market is going to fall for this area? I think everyone knew that. But there was some buy side liquidity. Yesterday, I wanted to see this buy side liquidity to be taken, and today the fall is going to happen. So yesterday market fall, today also market is falling. But I really wanted to see yesterday market will go higher, clear some liquidity, and then today the fall will happen. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, sometimes some days are bad, some days are wrong. Yesterday was wrong. Okay, that fall, big fall, I really didn't expect this fall yesterday. I wanted to see this clear this buy side liquidity, retest this old weekly bullish fair value gap yesterday, and today I'm going to get the fall from here until there. So it's near about like something like $1,000. I'll get this run today. It doesn't need to clear this all of these things by today, but I wanted to see this thing. But it didn't happen. As you can see, yesterday perfectly market fall, and it was a big fall. Never retrace. Just keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. So of course, when it has closed below this, I'll just cover everything. Okay, let me actually go from the beginning. So this is the weekly chart and all of the. Oh, by the way, I'm using NQ1. You can see it's NQ1, not MNQ. Sorry, NQM. NQM is the current contract, and NQ1 is the running contract. Now I need the NQ1 because if I go to the NQM, I am not able to see all of this price action over there. Let me show that to you. You'll understand what I mean to say. This is the running contract, sorry, current contract, which is NQM 2026. As you can see, this price is not available over here. Okay, so this contract has been changed. It is the new contract. I'm not able to see the previous price action. As the market is over here, I need the price action over there. As I don't have that, I'm going to go to the NQ1, which is called the running contract. That means whenever the contract is changing, it's not going to be blurred, or it's not going to lose the weeks. Instead of that, the price is going to be absolutely same. Every single sign over here, you see here, contract switch. So this is the contract switched from one contract to another contract. It has been switched over here. Some of you, if you using this NQ1, make sure that BADZ is 1. You have to toggle it to 1. On the bottom right corner, you can see it, I believe so. On the right bottom corner, adjust for contract changes. If you toggle it off, you will see a different price action over here. You see this price action? It's absolutely a different price action. This gap over here. This gap is actually here. Liquidity is still not been taken. That liquidity is still untaken over here. Now, what you should do? Should you toggle it off? Should you toggle it 1? You have to toggle it 1 all the time, because if you do that, then you will get the right price action, exact price action, not exact but 99% same. Okay, in NQ1, 99% price is same with the running sorry, current contract in QM. So if you toggle it off, all the price action, you will be able to see that it's not going to be changed with the contract change. So whenever the contract has been changed, there is some price differences. Okay, so if you go to the previous contract, the current price, the wherever the price closed the previous contract, and the running contract, which is NQM, the price level is different. Maybe in previous contract right now, the price is like 23,457 right now here. Maybe in the previous contract, the price is 22. Okay, so 1000 handle or 1000 point differences. And all of these differences make this chart very hazy, very dizzy, and it's not accurate. So you have to toggle it to 1. There is no other option. There is one other word, I mean thing, is settlement as close on daily interval. Now it's up to you. Previously I used to use toggle it to 1, uh, but later I stopped toggle it to 1. It is only important if you use this set. It is only important while you are in daily chart. So if you toggle it to 1, this set, if you toggle it to 1, you will be able to see the price action in between 4:14 to 9:30, sorry, 9:30 a.m. New York local time to 4:14 p.m. New York local time. This is called settlement price. That means regular trading hour price. So you can toggle it to 1. ICT actually do it like go back and forth, toggle it on, toggle it off, just to get the gaps. You will be able to see the differences between when I'm going to toggle it on and toggle it off. Okay, so you can see here all of this price action, and when I'm just going to toggle it off, this price action, there is a slightly differences on the price action. Okay, so something like the gaps are going to be changed a bit. Like, let me show that in a different way to understand that. Look at this gap over here. Okay, so the set is 1, so I'm getting the price action in between 9:30 to 4:14. This is the price action in between 9:30 to 4:14. But if I just toggle it off, see, this gap is gone. There is no gap. Look at this area one more time. There is no gap right now. You have the gap because the price is showing only 9:30 to 4:14, and when I'm toggle it off, there is no gap. This whole candle has been changed because now this is 23 hours price action. So 1 hour market is closed, which is 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. That area market actually got closed, and 23 hours price you will be able to get it by toggle it off. So make sure it's off, not on. And BADZ is 1. You are not going to get this BADZ on the regular contract. For example, if I come to this contract, you see there is no BADZ, no adjustment of the price action. It doesn't have over here. It has just that set, which is actually toggle it on, toggle it off. I've already explained that. If you go to the running contract in NQ1, ES1, YM1, CL1, whatever, if you go over there, make sure BADZ is 1. Otherwise, you are not going to get the right price action. Now, maybe some of you will have some confusion about this. I believe from now you will have no confusion about the BADZ or set. Is there any other confusion? If you have, please let me know that. Okay. I'm waiting for market to come to 23,520. Is it good? Okay. I have already read it. I hit my daily target on my two accounts. Hey Jamil, are you doing good, brother? I mean, all the trading is good, man. Did you still using that dealing range, or you stopped using that dealing range? I stopped talking about them, but it doesn't mean that I don't look at them. I always look for them. I just don't mark them. I just don't talk about them. But it's really important. So please let me know you're using still that dealing runs or not, and how is your trading is going on. Hey Shachin, how are you, brother? I'm cool, man, thanks for asking. Hey Porus, it's already came there. I got the entry. Congratulations, brother. You don't need to close the trade. I leave that. Try to take some partial if you are still in this trade. Hold the trade until 23,274 because this is the resting place. Around this morning session in Discord, I told that the food is taken. Now the market needs the resting place. This is the place where this market has to come to take the rest. While this market will come over here, then it will take the next decision. Does it want to reverse now, or does it want to keep falling? As I explained, that this volume imbalance is really so important depending on the war. If the war is gone, I believe this market will start to go higher again because it left thousands of the buy side liquidity. It will go for that buy side liquidity. If the war is still continue or it's not over, then this is the area where this market or the algorithm has to seek this specific volume imbalance. This is the only liquidity void area. That means, see this area, just this box. This is the void, real void. Here, no how to say, I mean, no execution happened, like nobody trade this area. So think like that way. You are just you are building a ladder, and suddenly there is a gap. How you are going to like add more ladder when you are going up? It's not possible, right? Like ladder, you are adding ladder on the top of another, on the top of another. But here, this small gap, which is not connected, not even by the week, it's absolutely just like divided. This whole price action with this whole price action has been divided by this box. It's called the liquidity void, and this is the area where market actually seek, like, if it has the opportunity to fall without any kind of objection, which is we are seeing right now. The manual intervention is happening. Nobody is asking the question to Donald Trump. But if otherwise, or other people try to do that, or other big banks, big hedge fund try to do that, they have to give the reply to the how to say that, I mean, the council, okay, something, they actually inquiry, they do the inquiry if you do something wrong, if you do the manual intervention without the news or anything, like if you do any kind of manipulation, they have to give the excuse why did you do that. If they can't give another satisfied answer, they are actually banned, they got banned, and with the lot of, like, Jorimana. I don't know what is the English of Jorimana, but something like that. They have to give some compensation, okay, something like that. So this is the area where I'm believing this market, if it failed, this gap failed to hold the market, this is the next area where the market is reaching for. Not here, not there, just exactly to this liquidity void area, this specific box. But it all will depend uh, on the war. If the war is done, the war is gone, there is no war, I believe this market will start to reverse again because it has left thousands of the buy side liquidity. But the war will continue while price will keep going higher. This guy will keep falling by using that opportunity until here. This is called manual intervention, and it's going to happen if the war is not over. However, right now, no worry about this gap because they are going to be traded very soon. I hope so. And it's going to happen by today. If I'm not wrong, it has to come over here by today. But let's see how it's going to work. So around the morning session, I told to the Discord that around 9:30, while the sell side liquidity is taken, this market will go a bit higher and then it will seek for this resting place. Without coming here, it has nearly 0% possibility to reverse again. Nearly 0% possibility. So some people tell that market always look for the go for the liquidity. They're 100% right. Market always look for the liquidity, but after clearing the liquidity, if it needs to reverse, okay, market is falling, 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 falling. If it need to reverse, it needs the resting place. Market is going higher, higher, higher. Buy side liquidity has been cleared over here. If it wants to reverse, it is not enough to clear the liquidity. Also, it needs a gap, or this gap, to take some rest and then start to reverse. It is like like something you can't avoid. So please make sure that you understand this fact. So always market go for the liquidity, but it needs to take some rest in a gap if it wants to inverse. Okay? But if it keep falling, there is nothing wrong, right? Because if it keep falling, of course it has to come over here. So it's not important at all. But for reversal, it needs the resting place. If you can understand this specific information, or if you really knew this information, you will never look for the buy after clearing this liquidity. While the liquidity has been cleared, you will never look for the buy. Yeah, there could be some kind of reaction to make the people believe that it's a very strong support, some kind of reaction that we have seen. I will cover that within a moment, but that is called reaction. If you want to catch that reaction, which is highly risky, there is nothing worry about that. But best case of scenario, let the market to go trade, let him trade the last fair value gap. Very important, a very specific gap, last fair value gap. That one last fair value gap can fully change your trading style. If you don't need to anything, all you need, just observe the last gap, and that last gap where there is some liquidity above or below that last gap, that is really, 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 really very strong last fair value gap. So please make sure you are going to give the highest priority to this last fair value gap, and it will fully change your trading style or thinking process of the trading. So from the daily chart, and we have seen that, so finally market has cleared this buy side liquidity. All of this buy side liquidity has been cleared. Market trade this gap over here around this area. I'm just not going to mark all of them, but this gap has been traded, and then market started to fall. As long as market came here, I told that I'm not interested to see this low to be taken, because that was the grandparents, and this low should not be cleared before clearing that high. Absolutely, while this market came here, I told that I'm only bullish, I'm not bearish. So market come here, some reaction appeared on the chart, and then it started all of these things, and finally this candle closed over here. When it has closed over here, I just told that no, it's not going higher. The grandparents are going to be broken. Market is going to fall again, to not only to take this sell side liquidity, but also to take this sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity, and finally it is coming to this gap. At least it will go through this gap or not, I don't know, at least not now. But until this gap, it will keep falling without any sort of confusion. In lower time frames, sometimes our bias was wrong, because there are some smaller buy side liquidity from 15-minute chart, hourly chart, that should have been cleared. Market didn't clear them. A lot of confusion over there. But higher time frame analysis was only bearish, so market has to fall, only fall. Without falling, that market doesn't have any opportunity to go higher. Then traded this only bearish PDRA. I keep saying this word only bearish PDRA so that you can just remember these things. Only means only. There is no other bearish PDRA. Means there is no inversion fair value gap, there is no breaker block, there is no order block, there is nothing else. This is the only bearish PDRA. If it is broken, market is going to go for the all-time high. If it is not broken, market is going to fall for this area. Why I was saying that it is going to fall after seeing this, because when this candle appeared on the chart, I was predicting that market can tap to this gap and start to go higher. But when I have seen it opened inside this gap, I was pretty much confident this is the fake breakout. That means market one candle has closed above this gap and the very next candle is going to close inside this gap. Yeah, maybe I could get confused if this candle could close open above the gap. This candle, if it could open above the gap, maybe I would get confused. Okay, maybe it will go a bit higher, then it will fall, or maybe it will go for the all-time high, whatever it is. I would get confused. But when I see it has opened inside this gap and tapped the high of this gap, I had no confusion that this market is going to fall. After that, all of these days are really disaster, and finally this market has broke all the zone and now coming over here. Yesterday my bias was wrong because I wanted to see yesterday to market stay over here, and today the fall is going to happen. And then market actually fall yesterday. Today is also falling. This is the new week opening gap. This candle close, this candle open, new week opening gap. Market closed below this new week opening gap. Market open, trade the new week opening gap. If you mark the quadrant level, you will see how beautifully it has traded the lower quadrant of this new week opening gap. And then the market is falling. Where? For this liquidity here, and finally this gap from the weekly chart. One more time, I want to show this gap over here. Please. Of course, sir. No. একটা রাখলে নিব. Sorry guys. So yeah, I was saying that this weekly gap is going to be the target, and then I really don't know what is going to happen. I have no idea. I have to wait for the next confluences, what is going to happen next. I'll see that later. I will talk about that later, but right now my intention is this market is going to fall another 88 handle. So if any of you are able to catch like out of 88 handle, if you can catch some, please try to catch them. But in my opinion, most of the opportunities there is already gone, and this market will just never give you another opportunity by today, I believe so. But yeah, we'll see within a moment what is going to happen. I'm gonna come to this hourly chart, and in this hourly chart, this is that hourly last fair value gap which was above the liquidity. What did I say? If you ever see, it's not only from the 1 minute chart, it's from every single time frame. Whatever time frame you love to use, go to that time frame, find out where is the relatively equal lows, relatively equal highs, and look at the gap just above the liquidity, just below the liquidity. The gap, first gap, which is going to turn into your last gap. So when this market has built this support, right, this is relatively equal lows, it's a support, and then market build a gap, which is a gap, first gap, okay, the first bullish gap. Then market leave this area, then come back again to this area. So this first gap is going to be the last gap, because there is a lot of gaps over there, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, this is the last gap. Okay, for example, this market came to this specifically to this last fair value gap over here. This is the fun of this game actually. If you can observe them, it's not only going to work in one way, it's going to work in both way. But let me show you this first. This last gap has been traded over here, and then boom, market went higher. When it went higher, it has cleared this relatively equal highs over here. This relatively equal highs has been cleared after around that area. Now it didn't come to the last fair value gap, brother. Why it didn't come to this last fair value gap? It doesn't need to come to this last fair value gap. But if it go to the last fair value gap, always expect some kind of reaction from the last gap. Not saying that it's going to happen like that way. I'm just saying it will give you 99% of the time the reaction from the last gap if you have the liquidity. Now above this liquidity, below this liquidity over here, below this liquidity, I had this gap over here around this area. Okay, so this gap has been traded over here one time, and then this was so speedy move, right? So speedy move. After that speedy move, market has cleared the liquidity to that speedy move, right? It was 1 minute candle. If you guys remember, yesterday I showed you 500 handle, 300 handle run. Just 2 minutes was 800 handle run, something like that. So it didn't give the opportunity to give the reaction from the last gap. However, if I go to the 4 hour chart, and you will see the funniest thing. This is that same leg over here. Just cleared this liquidity, traded this entry fair value gap. Now here is the introduction of the entry fair value gap. What is entry fair value gap? In the leg where now these are not strong enough. Okay, just remember these are not strong enough because it doesn't have the liquidity just above the gap. So it's not the strong enough one. But however, here this is the last gap, right? While the market is falling, this is the last gap. Below this last gap, this is called the entry gap. The second gap, which we use it as an entry gap. So most of the time, market leave the last gap as a breakaway gap, and then it used the entry gap as a entry fall or to go higher, whatever it is, whatever bullish gap you are going to use. By the way, guys, are you getting bored? Let me talk. Let me see the comment a bit. Hey, it already came there. I got the entry. Congratulations for sure. I believe that you got some profit, man. Andrew, hi. Do you still have the playlist for learning from zero? No, I don't have the playlist. I just put all the video inside the general folder. I'm going to plan to make the videos in a very smart way so that I can live streaming on YouTube for forever. So from the next month when I'll be in Bangladesh and I'll have my own setup, I'll start to upload the video, and it's gonna be category how to say that. I'm gonna divided them into three portions. First of all is gonna be the beginner. That means you never heard about the trading. This is the first time you heard there is something called trading. And from then, what you should learn, it's gonna be like exactly from the zero. No, nothing. Nobody knows what is this called. They also don't know this is called candle. So they are going to learn from there. That's gonna be the beginner. I think it will be like 30 to 40 videos over there, and then the intermediate where we'll talk about some models. They're really easy to pick up, and the advanced one is gonna be like all the last fair value gap, entry fair value gap, and all the difficult things that's gonna be inside the advanced one. Those people who are really good at intermediate area, they will be good to look for the advanced. Otherwise, that's how I'm gonna categorize categorized, I think something like that, categorized those three folder, and it will be 100 to 120 videos, I guess. And after that, I'm just gonna stop all the YouTube for forever, and I'll be only active on Discord. I'm so cool. That's cool, man. My first payout today. Thank you for all your knowledge, wizard. Hey, Jamie, congratulations, man. Where is my coffee, man? I deserve a coffee. Jamie, give me some coffee, man. Give me a coffee treat. I'm waiting. Yasin, I thought that farewell gaps should only be touched once, and after that they are no longer usable. Can you please explain this to me? Of course, I can do that. In this price section, okay, and forget about last farewell gap, entry farewell gap, whatever farewell gap you are going to use. For example, I'm using this gap. Okay, so by any chance, this gap is important to me. Like here, let me actually make it a bit bigger, then you'll understand what I mean to say. This candle trade this gap. Okay, weak closed this gap 100%. Weak, that candle, still this gap is valid. Then the next candle appeared on the chart. Weak did the close the gap again, still this is valid. Third candle, it has actually like some portion is still open by the body, still it is valid. Then this candle closed this gap. If I want to use this gap later, depending on the same way, or like I wanna see this is important. Okay, in that type of scenario, it is not important anymore, because this gap, it is called a VG, fair value gap. Now this fair value gap is more specifically buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. That means it has only the buy side, there is no sell side. I'm sorry, it has only the buy, like buy. Everyone bought here, there was no sellers. So I need the sellers here, and when this candle appeared on the chart, and closed this specific zone, the cells are over there, right? So it's absolutely balanced, and I'm not interested to use this gap anymore because it's been balanced. The gap you can keep using as long as that not going to be closed by the body 100%. I hope you got your answer, brother. Week doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because if you go to the line chart, you will never see the week. Week did the damage. Nobody see the weeks. Bodies are going to tell you the stories. So as long as this gap is not closed by the bodies, you will be able to use this gap the way you would love to use it. For example, here it has traded this gap. Maybe there is a gap. I don't know what gap is that. Maybe from the lower time frame, I'll be able to see that. But whatever it is, that gap has been traded the 50%. Maybe we close the gap 100%. I don't care about that. Specific gaps has a specific characteristics. For example, if I were interested is it as a breakaway gap. I don't want to see that week is going to close this gap 100%. Sorry, body is going to close the gap 100%. We can close the gap 100%, but body can't close this gap 100%. If I want to use this as a breakaway gap, I don't know what gap is it is. I'm just giving you the example. Again, if I want to see this, I want to see unfilled. I don't want to see the weak is also going to close this gap 100%. So not only the body, but also the weak also can't close this gap 100%. If I want to see it as a last fair value gap, okay, so when the market is falling, I want to see it as a last fair value gap. As long as the body is not going to close 100%, this last fair value gap is valid, and I can use this gap again, again, and again. And when this gap has been closed by 100%, it's not valid anymore. I'm not interested to use this gap anymore. See, it's written actually breakaway gap. Let me see which time frame is that. I think it's in 15-minute chart. Let me see. 15-minute. I just don't remember, okay, which gap it is, but I wanted to see it to work as a breakaway gap. And then when the market actually perfectly respected this gap and didn't close it 100%, I can use this gap later as well in different way, or in a, I don't know why and how I was using this gap. Just I don't remember that. But as long as this gap is not closed 100%, that gap is valid to used. So I was in 4 hour chart, and oh, okay, I was actually reading the comment to know that are you guys getting bored or not. Okay, also sure, Jamie. You know, I haven't used H4DR lately due all this news. I have focused on M15 PDRS because is the most recent structure. I'm satisfied with my results. That's cool, man. I love 15-minute. It's my bellwether. I hate the 4 hour chart, unfortunately. No problem, Yasin. Guys, are you getting bored? Because if you're getting bored, then I'm gonna move on. I don't think so I will have any opportunities to trade here. While I know that this market is coming here and it's already too too low. Okay, so it's really difficult to take the sell from that area. I have to wait for this candle to come here, and then I have to look for the buy again from there. So I really don't have anything to frame the trade right now. I will do that when the market will come here then. So please let me know. Someone just took the membership. Who is that? Hey, Jamie. Is that the coffee appreciation, brother? Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the coffee treat. And give me my penguin, man. 30 people are watching. I need some reply from you guys. If you guys get bored, I will just move on and go to the live price action. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just wanna cover all of these higher time frame things. You're most welcome, man. Jamie. Just go slowly, brother. And thanks for the penguin, by the way. Give me some reply. Should I continue or should I go back to the current price action? But if I go to the current price action, I promise you, brother, I will have nothing to do over here. This market, if you didn't take the entry where I took the entry, you have already missed the opportunity. Continue. That's that's the spirit, man. Thank you. So I was over here, right? Live price action. If I just go to the live price action, it's not gonna. I am not able to do anything over here, brother. I have to just watch the market, nothing else. I can't do anything. No trade is possible to take right now. It's in deep discounted area. I know it is going to fall over here, but I won't be able to, like go for any kind of trade. Nothing over here. It is more important rather than your live price action. You have to understand that why I was saying that this market is going to fall over here even after taking that liquidity. If you don't understand this part, this trading is going to be always like mystery to you, why this market is still falling. A lot of people are not going to show you these things. That's what I'm saying. However, this daily bearish gap, only bearish PDRA from the 4-hour chart, and then market actually fall, gave me the market structure shift after clearing some liquidity. Market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. So last gap, which is going to work as a breakaway gap, entry fair value gap. Market came to the hourly last fair value gap, rejected from there, sent the market higher, cleared the buy side liquidity, trade the entry gap one more time. Again, the brother asked me, how many times can I use this gap? As long as it's not going to closed by the body, you can use this gap so beautifully. As well as I have this weekly bullish gap, which is going to work as a inversion. You can go and check the weekly chart. You will see how beautifully this gap has been worked as a support. Now it is going to work as a resistance. And then market fall. This liquidity I didn't want to see it will be open yesterday. I wanted to see this liquidity is going to be taken and then this fall is going to happen. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Sometimes it happens. So it didn't clear this liquidity here, left that liquidity. I believe it's left for later use. While the market will come here, then it will start to seek for these liquidities, all of these liquidities. If it doesn't keep going through this gap, depending on the war. So from the 4-hour chart, I really don't have anything to say because I'm not good at 4-hour chart. I don't like the 4-hour chart. It's something very confusing, and I'm trading in 1 minute chart. For me, 4-hour chart is difficult to analyze. Let me go over here. 4-hour chart and 5 minute chart. These two time frame I never use. Why is that? This is also important because these things actually been covered in the live members only live. Uh, but I want to cover a bit over here. Why I don't use the 4-hour chart and the 5 minute chart. These two time frame, why I don't use. First of all, you see there is the time frame 1 minute, 2 minute. You don't need. You don't need. I need sometimes. Just because of that, I kept the 2 minute time frame over here. But for the sake of this conversation, I wanna just remove this 2 minute time frame from my chart. Okay, so it's not gonna be there. 1 minute time frame, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly. This whole time frame is aligned with each other. That means if you look at the price action from weekly chart, you are watching some sort of PDRS, fair value gap, order block, breaker block, whatever it is. You are looking from the weekly chart. The next time frame, you can't go to the daily chart. You have to go from weekly to 4-hour chart. These two time frame is aligned with each other, weekly with 4-hour chart. And when you will come to this 4-hour chart, you will use the higher time frame as your weekly chart, lower time frame as your 4-hour chart. Uh, this is your bellwether. That means these 4-hour gaps, PDRS, are going to be very important for you to execute your trade in 5 minute chart. So weekly, 4-hour, 5 minute chart. Some people trade only to 5 minute chart. That means their execution is going to happen on 5 minute chart. So here, maybe I'm a trader who actually love to trade from 5 minute chart. If I am a trader who love to execute his trade from 5 minute chart, my execution, sorry, my higher time frame will be 4-hour chart and weekly chart. Not daily, not hourly, not 1 minute. They don't have any importance. Sorry, no, daily, 15 minute and 1 minute. They don't have any importance if my execution time frame is 5 minute chart. Now maybe I'm in daily chart. Okay, so my higher time frame is daily chart. I want to see what is happening in daily chart, and then after the daily chart, which is my higher time frame, my confluences time frame is 15-minute chart, not hourly, 15-minute chart. The 15-minute point of interest is gonna be very important for me to execute the trade in 1 minute chart. I can't push the button on 5 minute chart while 15-minute chart is my higher time frame, or I can't use the 4-hour chart as my higher time frame while I'm going to push the button in 1 minute chart, because this is too big. 4-hour means almost 240 candles, 1 minute candles. Okay, so 240 1 minute candles are not going to give me the execution precision. I'm not going to get the precision on my execution if I use 240 candle as my high time frame. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 15 candle, only 15 candle, just to execute my trade in 1 minute chart. Same here, 240 candle. If you like go for the 5 minute chart, it's gonna be like how much? Almost 49, 40, 28 candle. So if I execute my trade on 5 minute chart, I'm going to use 28 candle on 4 hour chart. So this is the time frame, they are aligned with each other. It's up to you which time frame you wanna use to execute your trade. If your high time frame is 1 minute chart, your sorry execution chart is 1 minute chart, then 15 minutes should be your bellwether. Whatever you will find in 15 minute chart, that's gonna be your best area to execute your trade. I'll show you why I took that sell over here, right? I just showed you that I took the sell around here to just 31 handle. Then I was sleeping. I was just too sleepy. I just closed the trade. I didn't hold the trade. But why I took the trade around that area, I'll just explain it in a moment. That will help you to understand why 15-minute chart is important when I'm going to execute my trade from 1 minute chart. By switching the time frame 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute to execute your trade. If you do that, if you switch your time frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it means that you are forcing the market to give you the entry. For example, you are watching the 15-minute chart and finally you are convinced that I want to go for a trade here, I want to go for a trade from there, and you are waiting for the model in 1 minute chart, but you are not getting the model in 1 minute chart. So what you are going to do, you are going to switch your time frame to 2 minute chart. Why? Because you are not getting what you are waiting for. Then you are not going to get it by 2 minutes, you are going to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, because you are not getting what you are waiting for. You need to push the button. It's called forcing the market to take the entry by switching the time frame. Don't do that. If you do that, maybe sometimes you will get a beautiful setups. 90% of the time you will take the losing trade. You will just, you have no idea how much you're going to hurt yourself by switching your time frame. So maybe here I'm waiting for seeing some kind of PDRA from 15-minute chart. I'm not getting it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to 4 hour chart to find my high time frame PDRA, because I'm not getting something in 15-minute chart. And that is disaster, because 15 minute is your bellwether to execute your trade in 1 minute chart. When you are going to 4 hour chart, because you are not seeing anything from 15-minute chart, it means that you're forcing market to give you the setup or the PDRA so that you can take an entry. It's a psychological problem. So please make sure that you are forcing the market to take the entry by switching the time frame. Don't do that. That's why I don't use the 4 hour chart and 5 minute chart, because I am not a trader who is going to execute the trade from 1 minute from 5 minute chart. So I always go for the 1 minute chart entry. My high time frame is always 15-minute chart and the daily chart. Weekly chart is just important to understand the, like overall what is happening, because I have to go to the monthly chart. I'm not able to go to the monthly chart. That's why I just try to use it the weekly chart, because monthly chart, like the candles are gonna be very small candle. So weekly chart is better for an overall idea what is going to happen next. But most of the analysis is going to happen from daily chart. This is the daily bias. Everything is going to happen from the daily chart. At the same time, if I have, like for example, I want to go to the sub 1 minute chart. For example, I want to trade from 15-second chart, 30-second chart. There is another rules for that. What is the time frame is aligned with those sub 1 minute time frame. If you are interested to push the button from 15-second chart, your hard time frame or your bellwether is going to be 1 minute chart. That means whatever you are going to get in 1 minute chart, that's your bellwether. Your hard time frame is going to be 5 minute chart. That means I want to go for a trade in 15-second chart. My extreme hard time frame is 5 minute chart. For example, weekly 4 hour, 5 minute, daily 15 minute, 1 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute, 15. Did I say 15-second? It should be 15 minute, 30-second. Sorry, if I said the 15-second, it should be the 30-second actually. So 5 minute chart to 30-second, and higher time frame is going to be 30-minute chart. 30 minute, 5 minute, 30 second, 15 minute, 1 minute, 15 second. They are the time frame which is aligned with each other. I'm gonna go on more time here and then I'll move away. Okay. Weekly 4 hour execution 5 minute. Daily 15 minute execution 1 minute. 30-minute chart, 5 minute chart, 30-second execution. 15-minute chart, 1 minute chart, 15-second execution. What is the importance of hourly chart? You are going to trade from daily 15 minute 1 minute, but you are seeing that 15-minute chart is too messy. Sometimes it's too messy, like one sided, a lot of candles back and forth, back and forth. You're not getting any kind of idea what is happening on over there. In that type of scenario, you will move from 15-minute to hourly chart. Again, from the 4 hour chart, you are seeing the chart is really too messy. It's not something like you can look for, or just you have no idea what is happening in 4 hour chart. Move from 4 hour 1 hour chart. So whoever you are, whatever time frame you are using to execute your trade, make sure if you are confused, then switch to hourly chart. Hourly chart is something that is helpful to find out some kind of fair value gap and the liquidity. Just because of these two things, hourly chart is important. Otherwise, this chart has no importance, like order block or maybe the breaker block. No, they have no importance. Just the FVG, fair value gap, and the liquidity, that means relatively equal highs, relatively equal lows. If you need some kind of liquidity, you're confused about 15-minute chart because there is thousands of the liquidity, you need the extreme one, then go to the hourly chart. This is the importance of the time frame, the difference of the time frame. However, I would love to go to the hourly chart, and I'm gonna come here. You see there is a gap from the hourly chart. So this is yesterday, the whole day market was falling, and after the market closed below this last fair value gap, it went until this hourly gap here. After trading this hourly gap, then this market fall. So this week is important to me. If I go for the quarter level of this week from here to the top of this gap, sorry, to the candle around here, is the 50% of the week, which is a good confluenced area for falling again from that area, constant encroachment. Now, when we should use the weak quadrant level, when it is going to be importance, the weak is going to be important to you. Very specific logic, very specific things you have to remember about the weak quadrant level. I love 15-minute chart, so I'm gonna come back to 15-minute chart, and I have this 15-minute gap as well, which is aligned with the hourly gap. So I don't need to mark it as an hourly gap, but if you look closely over here, this is that 15-minute gap over here that has been also traded over there, and I'm gonna mark this weak quadrant level. This week has cleared some sort of swing high, some sort of high that has been cleared by that week, and that week is a very prominent week that is very easy to like differentiate with other weeks. If I ask you all the weeks in this market, and if I ask you which week do you want to use as your conferences or point of interest, you will go for here this week. Like, look at this week, so beautiful, right? Then you will come here this week, maybe you will come here that week, a very beautiful week, that week, and finally that week. So some weeks are really so beautiful to to mark, easy to mark. But here is one condition for marking a week. If you see this type of beautiful week but it didn't trade any sort of fair value gap, no, you can't use that week anymore. It has to trade that some sort of gap from the same time frame. So if you are using a 15-minute week, make sure that it has traded a 15-minute gap. If it doesn't trade the gap, this week is not a very important week. So I saw that market has traded this 15-minute gap, and this is the quadrant level, I mean the quadrant level of the week. I was interested to take the sell. Let me go to that. Okay, I actually closed. I don't wanna sorry, the re-enter over here. But if you remember that I took the sell exactly from there, the sell was from here until the 31 handle, until the lower quadrant, and I just closed the trade over here. I didn't hold the trade. So while this market came here to this 50% of that week and then got the inverse gap, I took the sell from there. My intention was this market is going to fall and clear the sell side liquidity around that, sorry, here. that sell side liquidity is going to be cleared. That was my intention to see while this market was falling around the midnight yesterday. That's why I took the sell from there and I just closed the trade over here because I was sleepy. Otherwise, I could hold the trade for more the way I hold it over here. Some week trade the gap, very prominent week, cleared at least one swing high, at least one swing high. The more swing high it will clear, the more beautiful or strong week it will be. So while this week is here, it's not enough. That week is not enough to use it as a high time frame confluences. You have to have something with from your higher time frame as well. Like I'm using this week from 15-minute chart, but I have to have something, some kind of gap, order block, breaker block, any kind of PDRA, inversion fair value gap from the higher time frame, more than 15-minute chart. So this week is from 15-minute chart. Here I have to have something from my higher time frame. Now above the 15-minute chart, what is my higher time frame? 15-minute to daily, not weekly, not 4 hour, not hourly, not monthly, nothing. 15-minute daily. In daily, I have this beautiful volume imbalance from the daily chart, which is called the new week opening gap. So I have this beautiful new week opening gap. Now, if I like come from here to there around this area, I mean, I'm just going to divide it this zone by the quadrant levels. It has beautifully traded these quadrant levels over here, and then it started to fall. So this new week opening gap, which is aligned with this week that has been traded here, this hourly gap didn't leave any kind of buy side liquidity, clear all the buy side liquidity, then fall, closed here somewhere. Market is going higher. All I need to see, take some liquidity, some kind of liquidity, please take it. Took it, trade the quadrant level, trade the week 50%. It's going to be a lot of things and it's going to be confusing, so let me remove it. Took the buy side liquidity, trade the 50% of this week, trade the new week opening gap, have the sell side liquidity, which is obvious sell side liquidity, so beautiful, obvious sell side liquidity. What is going to happen next? Market is going to fall for what? This sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity, and finally this resting place over here, around here. Okay, yesterday when I was looking for the buy, the whole day I was looking for the buy, and this market was just keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. It never give me the retracement. I have shared all my execution and you will be able to see that every single pushing button has given me enough opportunity to take the partial and put the stop loss to the break even. Almost 90% of my execution, all I needed to do to take an entry, hold the trade until the PDRA. Yesterday it was really disaster. Market really didn't go to the bearish PDRA, unfortunately. Okay, and then finally this one candle actually did all the job. So this job has to be done over here, and then it should fall here, fall here, fall. It didn't happen. Instead of that, the whole day market was bearish, and after the market closed, the reaction actually did finish all the unfinished business. So that was my bad luck, because that run, nobody expect like this way, that after the market close around 4 p.m., then the 4 p.m. market is just going to give you another 500 handle or 300 handle, something like that. How much was that? Let me see, 300 handle maybe. Okay, 250 handle. You should not expect like this. So you should expect while the market is working, like today, if you see over here, today's market, okay, it is also falling. When this market is falling, how this is falling? Look at this beauty, beauty. The differences between this price action, that price action. Yesterday, exactly the same thing I wanted to see. Market will retrace and then fall, retrace then fall, take some liquidity then fall. It didn't happen, and at the finishing it gave me that. And today look at this price action. Market went higher, liquidity taken, fall, went higher, trade the fair value gap over here, then fall, went higher, failed to trade the gap because I don't have any gap here. I have this gap which is working as a breakaway gap. It doesn't need to come over here. In other words, it has traded the order block. This gap should be unfilled. This candle high, that candle low, it should be unfilled. So it was absolutely acceptable. Market fall, trade the gap again, not only this gap but also this gap, trade the gap, fall, went higher, cleared the liquidity, fall, went higher, trade the order block, fall. So every single time it's going to retrace. So even if I was bullish today, think like that, I'm bullish today, I'm not bearish. Even if I'm bullish, I'll be in 1 minute chart. I will look for 930. Okay, so around this area, maybe I'm expecting this market will go higher a bit. And finally, I got an opportunity, market structure shift, fair value gap. I took a buy over there for the sake of this conversation. I took a buy over there because my bias is bullish. Think like that, okay? And my maybe stop loss is below this candle, which is the, I don't need to put it below this candle because this is the candle only gap I have over here. So this is the candle, and I want to go for the trade for this buy side liquidity because I'm bullish. So this is the relatively equal highs. I'm gonna go for this buy side liquidity. In the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a partial around 1:1. 38 handle risk, 38 handle partial. Took the partial, put the stop loss to the break even. I'm already profitable over here. So I was looking for the bullishness, then market fall again. Another market structure shift here. Another trade opportunity because I'm bullish. Remember, I am bullish. So market has cleared all of this sell side liquidity, traded the 50-minute bullish fair value gap over there, and cleared all of this liquidity. I am bullish, gave me the market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. Here I have just one gap. Around here, just one gap. I don't have two gap. Here I have two gap. One, two. What I'm going to do, I'm gonna take the buy from this gap, going to cover the breakaway gap by the stop loss. Okay, so by stop loss, and maybe going to target this buy side liquidity, and finally for this buy side liquidity. Okay, so something like that. That buy side liquidity is going to be taken, and then I will take in between. I'll take some partial. So it has moved near about 94 handle. For 50 handle risk, you will be able to get at least 1:1 partial. Even if you close the trade over here, it will be 1:2 already, right? Already 1:2. You don't need to hold this. So my bias is bullish in this a very bearish day. Still, I'll be profitable. I was doing the same thing yesterday, absolutely the same thing, but unfortunately, this was not happening yesterday. Look at the yesterday's price action, because a lot of you will think that, oh, okay, this guy's bias is wrong, bias is wrong. Okay, so let's say that was the first run which we got the buy. Remember, from here to here, that was the buy, we got it. And then this market fall a bit, consolidation. Look, it has built the buy side liquidity, didn't clear the buy side liquidity, built the buy side liquidity, didn't clear it, build it, then fall again. What it is doing, liquidity building, fall, liquidity building, fall, it's just falling. It never retraced like today. Today is also a bearish day. Today is also market is falling, but still today, even if your bias is bullish, you will be able to get some profit from this market, even if your bias is bullish, which didn't happen yesterday. So yesterday's price action, I'm not familiar with that type of price action. Sometimes this type of price action happened, but not always. Most of the time, even if it is a bearish day, you will get this type of retracement. So even if your bias is wrong, you'll be able to catch some sort of profitable trade. Even if it's not like going to hit your extreme target, you will be able to get some kind of partial in between the buy and sell. You will get that opportunity. So yeah, from 15-minute chart, what happened?